Alright everybody, welcome back to another flight. We're going to do another flight in FSX for the virtual airline again. This time we're going to be going from OKC to BWI, so Oklahoma to Maryland. I installed self-loading cargo, which if you all know about that, you know that it's still in beta phase. So we're gonna use whatever we can from out of that. What I'm really looking forward to is the voice interaction that the developer is coming out with, hopefully within the next month or so. I know the last video that he did, it was about 2 months ago when he demoed the voice interaction that you could do with the cabin crew and ground staff. So hopefully he'll be able to get all those kinks or whatever he's doing with that worked out shortly, and be able to release that 1.7 version of self-loading cargo. Right now I'm just getting the FMC and everything programmed so we can start using self-loading cargo and start getting passengers boarded onto the aircraft. So try to get this done as quick as I can so we can move on. I was actually supposed to do this flight yesterday, but I ended up not doing it because I got too tired. I was trying to do all 3 legs that was involved in the first. I should try to show you right quick. That was involved in the first day. Cause I think this is a 3-day trip that I'm doing. This one right here at BWI to SDF, that's actually a deadhead, so I won't be doing that one. For IVA, we do not do deadheads, so I actually got to delete that out. But this is the last leg in this in day 1. In day 2 we have 2 flights, or actually 3 flights, excuse me. And then day 3 is when we have the long day. We have 4 flights to do. So that's what is going on now. So let's go back to departures here and get our route set up. Make sure we have everything correct. Okay, that is good. Go do our arrival. Coming in on 15 right. Do ILS. And it's going to be in on 3. Do that. Anyway, let's keep that. And let's start filling this last stuff out. I'm not going to show everything in the FNC programming, just because for the sake of the video length. But once I'm done with that and ready to do the passengers, I will come back to you guys. Alright, so we're back. We are ready to load passengers. We got about another 25 minutes. So let's go ahead and open the door. We'll tell the cabin crew that we are ready to board. It's the first time using self-loading cargo, so our satisfaction rate might not be too good, but we're gonna try our best. Everything is supposed to be simulated for us, like seatbelt signs, and which you should turn that off right now. And we go ahead and put cabin music on. All this stuff is supposed to be simulated, but it looks like I need to go back to the settings and check on some of that stuff. This is the manifest for the passengers, and as you can see, it'll tell you who's seated, who's secure, who's boarding, who's on board already, the check bags, and it'll tell you the carry-on bags, the check bags, their seat numbers, and stuff like that. So it'll also give you your flight crew in the back, which this seems to be a lot. And this is all cabin crew. So for 737-700, that seems like a lot. That's too much, but it's still in beta phase, so hopefully you get options to change how many cabin crews on board and stuff like that. So that is the manifest. This is the layout. Now you can see the passengers coming aboard and getting in their seats and stuff like that. So I'm still kind of playing around with it, but it's cool. The Wi-Fi is not that good right now. It's pretty poor, so I don't know if it just simulates like when you're on the ground, or if it actually goes by your Wi-Fi connection on your computer through your internet, but that can't be the case because I know my internet is much faster than that, so I'm not sure. You can see your current flight issues. So and it just show you some passengers' thoughts and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what that is. I'm not sure what this is because we depart shortly, so I'm not really sure what that right there is. Get out of that right quick. It'll show you your ground and technical things. As you can see, cargo loading in progress. 51 items, 102, 55 now. 3 minutes remaining, approximately for cargo, so that's not too bad either. Your medical issues, which we have none. Your crew report. I can see the cabin is not secure, crew is not seated right now. So that's about all that is. This is your flight logs for your flights. But as you see, there's no flights loaded yet because I haven't done one with self-loading cargo yet. We got 85 passengers still remaining. I know when the voice stuff comes out in the next update, you better ask the cabin crew like how long is remaining for boarding, and they give you a time. I'm not too sure you can find it right now. But yeah, that's about it for that. So we will wait. We will come back once everybody is on board. We will come back and do our pushback and everything. Start our flight. All right, I had to step away for a moment, but I think we were just told that the cargo might have been loaded. Yes, loaded and complete for the cargo. And I think the captain was telling the flight attendants that the cargo was loaded, and the attendant told them that they were almost done with boarding. So we are almost ready to go. I also think I had to come in here into the settings and change. Yeah, change this. And I think that's why the time was showing like 9 hours and a few minutes before departure, because I was using the system's Zulu time instead of the simulator. But we're gonna use a simulator Zulu time instead of the actual computer time. Let me read this right quick. Alright, so that's fine. So we got that sorted out. Still got 24 passengers now to board, and we should be ready here soon. We got 112 both seated and secured, 118 on board, 119 now, and you can change like the intervals when passengers come. I think right now it's like every 3 to 4 seconds or something like that. So I also want to be able to like do your own seating arrangement and layout, because I know with like Southwest there is no like first class and business class and stuff like that. It's just one layout and you pick wherever you want to sit. So that would bring some more realism to this mod that you can purchase for your flight simulator. And it actually goes over all 4 simulators. It works for all 4 simulators. And when I say all 4 simulators, it's technically 3, because it works for P3D, X-Plane, and Microsoft. So I'm flying FSX right now, but it also works for Microsoft 2020 as well. So, but it's pretty cool. I like it, and I have been using it for a long time, and I already like it. So that's a good thing. And like I said, our satisfaction is not that great, and I wasn't expecting it to be great with it being our first time. So, alright, so there we go. The time changed. So now we have 13 minutes before departure. And that will be correct according to our center time as well. Clock and a clock in the cockpit as well. So that is that. All the drinks and stuff, this is all automated. I set it in the settings to be automated, so the attendants would do that. I don't know how to worry about that. Alright, so boarding is complete. We will go ahead and close the door. Let's move this down a little bit. We'll move it down here and minimize it here in a second. Alright, so the flight attendants just told us that the passengers are boarded and the doors are closed, and the captain has told them okay. But as you can see, we still have One, they'll need to get secured. And hopefully that happens here shortly. Alright. So that was the captain's announcement. Welcome everybody aboard. Tell them what to expect. And hopefully here shortly we should hear some cabin crew announcement, like a safety announcement and stuff like that. Still waiting on one to get secured. Not sure what's going on. We'll look at the layout and see who that one person is. It looks like that's going to be that person, maybe. Or maybe that's the flight attendants going up and down the aisle. Not quite sure where this last person is or what's going on with them. Let's move this up a little bit. So you can, I'm not sure what all the colors mean. I'm guessing like red maybe mean they're not satisfied or something like that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the color code is. I had to go into like the manual and to read all that stuff. Alright, now we have 140 secured. And you even see who's drunk, but all the passengers are good. Everybody's green, so that I guess would mean that they're all good. Haven't even started serving drinks and stuff like that either. So, and hopefully you can hear the chatter there. I forgot to connect the jetway before I started boarding. I wasn't thinking about it, but it doesn't dock. I don't think that docks you any points, which are like the grade at the end of the flight. But of course it just brings more realism to the experience. So right now we have 8 minutes for departure, so we will probably go ahead and start our departure. We're going to go ahead and start the APE though, so we can get that online. So once our APU comes online, we'll switch to that power, and then be able to get the ground connections off the aircraft and start our pushback. So once we're ready for that, I will come back. Alright, so the cabin safety announcement just went. Went a little bit fast, so I'm gonna go into the settings after the flight and try to turn that down a little bit. Speed at which, how fast they speak. Turn that down a little bit. No. So we're down to 50% of satisfaction. Like I said, it's not going to be a good satisfaction for this first flight with self-loading cargo. I'm going to get used to it. I had to go and play with it. Probably go watch some videos on it, see what other people are doing as well, and try to get that satisfaction back up a little bit. We got 2 good engine starts. So let's go ahead, switch to Gen 1, get our gens on. And we can go ahead and turn off the APU. Alright, so we should be good to go. I will go ahead and put this back up there. And they turned us the wrong way, so go ahead and minimize this as well for right now. They turned us the wrong way, so we're going to have to do a turnaround ourselves. There should be some chatter going on here and there, but I'm not hearing any right now. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I'm pretty sure if I can't hear it, you probably can't hear it either. Gotta watch our speed. I usually do a high-speed taxi at 30 knots. Of course, that's what Southwest maximum taxiing speed is. But if you go too fast, it'll also ding you on that with self-loading cargo. So you gotta watch your speed as well. I also got with one of the other pilots from the VA, and we are going to at some point do a shared cockpit on VATSIM. So hopefully we can get that squared away. And this freaking built loader is just sitting there for no reason. But hopefully we get all the details squared away and get that video and flight recorded, so you guys will be able to see that. I'm not sure if it animates passengers in the back, but once we get in the air, after a little while, we'll go into the cabin to see if they are simulated in there. I know FS passengers, I do believe they simulated them, or it might have been GSX maybe. It was something that simulated passengers coming in and sitting in the cabin. So we'll see if this does that, and if it doesn't do it, hopefully the developer will implement that feature in one of the updates. There it is. Alright, so the captain has just told the flight attendants to take their seats for departure. Seatbelt sign should be automated as well. Cabin crew is not seated yet, so we are going to wait for them to ding us twice to let us know that they are seated. As you can see, they're moving around getting to their assigned seats. So once they are seated, it should give us two dings to let us know that they are secured, and then we will be able to take off. I think I just heard 2 dings, so they should be seated now. We'll bring up we'll bring up self-loading cargo and see if that was the case. And they are ready to go. So we are 5 minutes behind a little bit. So we are going to try to get in the air as quick as we can. Alright, we'll bring it up to 40. And go Toga. And it also should call out some call outs with self-loading cargo. There it is. Just call the positive rate. We put the gear up. There's also a setting where you can get dinged for not turning your landing lights off at 10,000 feet. Well, in the real world, Southwest does not turn their lights off until 18,000, and they turn them back on at 18,000. So I took that feature off. Get back on the climb a little bit here. Try to fly this up to 10,000 feet. Then we'll engage the autopilot, and LNAV and VNAV can take over. Alright, so once we get to cruise, I will come back to you guys, and we'll see what is going on with SLC. Alright, so we just missed hearing the hold on. We just missed hearing the flight attendant do an announcement that they were about to start serving drinks and stuff like that. I went into the settings here so we could turn up the volume on that so we could hear it a little bit more better. So hopefully that will help. The simulator itself is kind of loud too, so the aircraft itself really. So hopefully turn up the volume on self-loading cargo will help a little bit so we can hear a little bit better. Almost at cruise, still got a little bit of ways to go, about 7,000 feet. Once that happens, we'll make the cabin announcement that we're at cruise and see what happens from there. Our satisfaction did go up, back up to 55%, so hopefully it will keep rising, which it just went up to 56. So doing a little bit better than we were. And as you can see, we have 138 that are seated. 62, 63 is going down a little bit, are secured in their seats. Now 65 that's secured in their seats. Haven't hit any turbulence or nothing like that yet, so that's also a good thing. Hopefully it's a smooth flight all the way to BWI. I didn't see any weather, but I looked at that earlier today. I gotta look at it again to see if it has updated, see if we hit any weather once we start our descent and stuff like that. Alright, so that was the cockpit announcement from the captain telling that we reached the cruise and altitude. And if you go back here, you can, of course, you do the top of descent, turbulence, bad weather, arrival delay, deferred flight, return to airport, stuff like that is in the options here for you. I do believe that this is, those flashes, it's lightning. Yeah, that's lightning. So there's some weather below us. It looks like we're gonna miss it and not run into it. So that's a good thing as well. So I gotta go back and look at the weather and see what we're gonna be running into. Alright guys, so I just want to come back and give you guys an update. We're still at cruise. Still got quite a bit of ways to go, a little over an hour until we reach our destination in Baltimore. Right now for self-loading cargo, as you can see, we are at 73%, so we are doing pretty darn good right now. Hopefully you can hear that background noise, the voices of the passengers, if I shut up for a few seconds. Now, I'm not too, crazy about hearing the passengers, because of course in the real world, in an airline like this, you're not going to hear them unless there's, like chaos and stuff going on in the cabin. Otherwise, you're not going to hear them in a normal situation. Got quite bit of a cloud coverage, but we are still not painting anything. We are pretty much over the top of it, I think, but even then we should still be painting some if there was something below us. But like I said, when I look at the weather, we were going to run into something, but we were pretty much going to be over the top of it. We wasn't going to encounter it. And once we get into the Baltimore area, there was nothing shown. Haven't hit any turbulence, so Everything's been pretty smooth so far, so keeping my fingers crossed that remains the case. But once we start descending, I will come back to you all so we can see the process and hear the announcements for the descending process for self-loading cargo.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, just to let you know that we decided to perform a go-around procedure due to adverse landing conditions at the airport. There's absolutely nothing to worry about, and it's a perfectly normal procedure which we perform to ensure the safety of the aircraft if we feel a landing cannot be performed properly. We'll be setting up for another landing attempt shortly, and hopefully the same conditions will have improved so that we can get you on the ground. We apologise for the slight inconvenience this may cause, but if you can keep your seatbelts fastened ready for landing, we can get down as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Alright, everybody. So yeah, I saw that approach. It's pretty good. Had to correct a few times, but overall, I think it was alright. Made it on the ground safely. I just went stair cockpit on that approach because I had to fix a couple of things during the descent, and as you heard, we did had to do a go around a little bit, so that kind of messes up. But like I said, we got on the ground safely and made it to our destination. So we'll see what the satisfaction rate is and what the report will say once we get to this gate and finish our flight. And this time we will use the jetway. Alright, that should be good enough right there. See, that thing starts moving. Did get APU on, so that should be available, which it is. We'll turn that on right now and switch to that power. Go ahead and shut these engines down. And let's bring up self-loading cargo. So that's a rough landing. I agree with that. Go ahead and open that, and we will go ahead and start offloading the passengers. Alright, so yeah, like I said, the G wasn't that bad, but the feet per minute, gotta work on that because that's way too steep. And the landing, I think it's because of the feet per minute. It's categorized as a rough landing, but I don't think when we got on the ground, it was more of like a solid, landing. Got it on the ground. Let's do this right quick before we start having bells and whistles going off on us. Switch to the ground power. Like I said, it's not a bad mod. I enjoyed it. Definitely got to get used to it. So I can get some better grades than what we got. But other than that, I don't think it's a bad mod at all. I enjoy it. All the passengers are almost off. And again, let's see. Let's go to the reports right here. I guess it hasn't locked itself yet. Or is there something that says? I guess you gotta wait till the passengers on board, maybe. Yeah, that is. It says that we got here early, but we actually got here 10 minutes late, about 10 minutes late. So the cargo is being unloaded still. 72 items of 102. 6 minutes still remaining for that. We will look at the flight report. And we got a B, so that's not that bad. That's pretty good. I actually thought it was going to be worse than that. But that's alright. I will take that. Alright, so the flight summary was a good flight. You communicated efficiently with the cabin crew during all critical phases of the flight, ensuring their safety. You controlled the aircraft was flawlessly, which makes for a very comfortable passengers. Your landing leaves a little to be desired, and a few passengers felt very uncomfortable. Try to manage the flare a little bit better to protect the aircraft from possible damage and the company from medical lawsuits. Overall, your passengers were slightly happier after flying with you. Good work. Alright, so scheduled departure was 16:10 Zulu. We left 4 minutes early. So we were on time. We got here at 16:51, but we were scheduled to arrive at 18:41. Got here 18:51. So we were delayed. So excellent work. You departed on time and managed to arrive at the destination on time too. It's a little bit confusing, or contradictory a little bit. But let's file. If it brings itself up, maybe it's over here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's file the power rep. So the power rep, it says we're on time by 1 minute. And landing speed is 122 feet per minute, 129, and it says 456 here. So just 2 different programs. So this is the virtual airlines program that tracks the flight, so I can get the credit for the hours flown. So let's file that power rep. Hopefully it's approved, which it is, so that's a good thing. We will go back to the flight reservations and we will refresh that, and that's good to go. Alright, so today, hopefully, once you get some sleep, because believe it or not, I got off at 10 last night. Worked the evening shift, did some little patrol for the evening shift. Off at 10, got home at about 11, and I did this flight, and well, I kind of, what's the word I want to use? Kind of just was lazy a little bit once I got home, and then probably like an hour later, or an hour and a half later maybe, I started this flight, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning now, my time. So I gotta get some sleep, and I will hopefully try to do these 3 flights today. Actually, this one right here, BWI to SDF, that one we do not have to do because that is a deadhead, which our VA does not do deadhead, so I gotta delete that one out of there. That was just a part of the schedule, but we don't do that, so I delete that one. So these 3 we will do, and we will get out of SDF and end up in MCI. So we would do that and use self-loading cargoes for those flights as well. Let's look at this stuff down here. Airman ship is 1.46 G. So maximum, G-force maximum, G-force minimum, max roll. So I don't know if this is what I did or if, this is what, or it is like just, minimums and maximums of what the aircraft can handle or something like that. I'm not sure. I think just like defining stuff. I don't know. But you stay within confines of G-force limits throughout the flight, so that's good. Your pitch control was excellent. Passengers had no complaints. Your roll control was excellent. Passengers had no complaints. You're taxiing a little bit too fast, so doing at 30 knots on a taxiway at our departure, that probably kind of made them a little nervous. Alright, so everything is done now for self-loading cargo, so I think that's what the noise went away for. I did hit like 31, 32 when we were taxiing. So that was at OKC. That was probably why we got that orange message there. But I slowed down as soon as I saw it. But I don't know if going 32 will cause that message to pop up too. But that's what Southwest does. They do fast, high speed taxis at 30, and they don't exceed that. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining about that. You stay on the taxiway at all times. Well done. You performed a safe and successful takeoff. You managed the cabin crew correctly during takeoff. You managed your cabin crew correctly during approach and landing. All right. So I think overall that this flight went pretty darn good. And we got a B. So I'm not complaining. Passenger rating was 74.6 and with a 13.6 improvement from when we first started the flight. So that's great. I will take it. So we get rid of that. And that will be that. Let's look at this. And we just have the cabin crew and everything walking around. And you look at this stuff up here when you start it, board it, off block, so you push back and you taxi time, take off your flight time, you land it, you taxi it in, and got to the gate. And when you started the deboarding of passengers and your total walk time. It says this right here because when I started with the computer's Zulu time, and I had to go to the settings and switch that so it could follow the simulator time. So that's why these two times are so different. But that's cool. It didn't affect our flight or anything like that. So I'm happy with that. And everybody is off boarded. So again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to come and watch this video. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to do more of these videos with self-loading cargo. I definitely enjoy it. That program brings some more realism to your flight simulator. I would recommend you guys getting this. The next update that the developer is coming out with, he is coming out with the voice interaction. So instead of having to click on the buttons and everything, you're going to be able to talk to the cabin crew and the ground staff. I'm going to get GSX at some point as well, so I can have the pushback features and the catering and stuff like that features. And I do believe the self-loading cargo and GSX will work together. So once I get that, will bring some more realism into the flight simulator. But again, I appreciate you guys coming to watch the video. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some ideas what kind of flights that you guys want to see. If you want to see some different airlines as well featured in the flight simulator videos. But until then, you guys take care. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the skies next time.